Once upon a time, a few mistakes ago, I was in your sights. You got me alone. You found me. You found me. You found me. I guess you didn't care, and I guess I liked that. And when I fell hard, you took a step back. Without me, without me, without me. It's long gone when he's next to me, and I realize the blame is on me. 'Cause I knew you were trouble when you walked in, so shame on me now. Flew me to places I'd never been, till you put me down. Oh, I knew you were trouble when you walked in, so shame on me now. Flew me to places I'd never been. Now I'm lying on the cold hard ground. 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 No apologies, he'll never see you cry. Pretend he doesn't know that he's the reason why you're drowning, you're drowning, you're drowning. Now I heard you moved on from whispers on the streets. A new notch in your belt is all I'll ever be. And now I see, now I see, now I see. He was long gone when he met me, and I realized the joke is on me. I knew you were trouble when you walked in, so shame on me now. Flew me to places I'd never been, so you put me down. Oh, I knew you were trouble when you walked in, so shame on me now. Flew me to places I'd never been. Now I'm lying on the cold hard ground. Oh, oh, trouble, trouble, trouble. Oh, oh, trouble, trouble, trouble. And the saddest fear comes creeping in, that you never loved me or her or anyone or anything or anyone or anything. you can't ignore. Where's your line? Mr. Vance got it good, but this ain't his neighborhood. He's taking over. No. So there's no, he can hide, find the power deep inside and make it happen. Sonic Boom, Sonic Boom.
People of cyberspace, how is everybody doing on this day of the week in which we're currently all doing things with our fingers in cyberspace? Hopefully all of you are fantastic today. What is going on, Will? Dubious Depths Radio? How are you doing? And any lurkers out there in cyberspace land, how is everybody doing on this lovely day? Woo indeed. Woo indeed. I've been finagling this entire time. The cable on my in-ears is going out. There's like a little short right next to the freaking connector. And if any of you out there in cyberspace land know anything about in-ears, you know that a replacement in-ear cable is like $100. So that's unfortunate. I'm not looking forward to replacing this one. So there's that. And stuff is popping, Scooby-Doo slapping as we speak. Hopefully all of you are doing better than my in-ear cable is doing right now. Hate it when that happens. Yes, that whole thing. It's a whole thing. Hopefully all of you survived the snow if you had if you dealt with snowing type activities. Literally last week when we were hit by the snow, that morning actually, opened up the front door, went, yep, snowed, and then I went back inside and continued on with my inside life the rest of the day and did not go back outside until the following day, actually. So there's that. But if any of you out there got to play in the snow, make snow angels and snowmen, that's cool. When I was a kid, my dad and I made this gigantic, well, to me, I don't know how old I was. I was maybe like 8 or 9 or maybe younger than that, actually. I don't remember. I was little. And I remember how big this snowman was. It's the first snow that I remember, I actually remember experiencing. So it was very, I just remember how huge this snowman was. It was at least, it had to have been at least 1.5 feet or 2 feet taller than me. So that was the whole thing. Woo! Okay, what are we doing here? We have one single bit of business to tend to here before we get rocking and rolling. We have one more we have one more Sonic Happy Meal to unbox before we get rocking and rolling here on the stream. I actually don't know if this is still going on at McDonald's, but yeah, this is the last Happy Meal that I have in my possession. So let's do the thing. We're in college during one particular snowstorm. Oh, hold on. Half my junk was getting covered up. You know what I'm saying? I remember in college during one particular snowstorm, I noticed a snow thing that some people built by the by the dorms. It was quite large and quite well constructed. Well, no comment. I can't even comment on that. Okay. Let's see what we're dealing with here on this day. Let's do an opening. No spoilers though. I'll never forget that. That would be quite a sight to behold, you know what I'm saying? Quite a sight to behold. There are several comments flying through my head and I can't think of a single one that is even in the same zip code as appropriate. So, you know, it is what it is. Okay. All right, who's ready? It appears to be a Knuckles. But not just any Knuckles, it's the other Knuckles that we didn't get last time. Last time we got the white Knuckles. This time we got the red Knuckles. Look at that. I still have not put his shoes on. He still has socks going on here. So there's that. But that's fine. Maybe I'll do that eventually someday. Maybe not. I don't know what to tell you. He's in a different pose. It's similar but different. You know what I'm saying? He looks like he's kind of about to like trip actually or something. I'm not sure what that pose is. I guess he's spinning. I don't know what to tell you. So yeah, we got both of the Nuxes. Look at that. Yeah, I like him better with the red. That makes a whole lot more sense than the white. Disco Knuckles indeed. Love it. So now we have two tails, or one tail and one Sonic. One Tails and one Sonic and two Knuckles. So look at that. We didn't get any of these other ones though. Any of the like Super Sonic or Super Shadow or regular Shadow. I don't know. Maybe there's hope for us at some point in time in the future. I don't know. We'll have to see. Okay. What are we doing here other than this? Other than playing with Happy Meal toys? We are playing a video game. Hang on, let me reset the stage here. Shadow would definitely have been cool to get. We're playing a video game here known as Sonic Origins on the PlayStation 5. And for those of you who are unaware, this is a collection of Sonic 1, Sonic CD, Sonic 2, Sonic 3, and Knuckles, which Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles are part 1 and part 2 of the same game. And then a bunch of random miscellaneous like Game Gear games and some other stuff. So, but today the main event is none other than Sonic CD. This is the original Sonic CD on the Sega. I almost said Game Gear. The Sega CD, back when. Bring back foam inserts in physical games, okay? Bring them back. Because these games never came out of their cases. Like, when this was closed, it was there. It was there for all of eternity until the next time it opened. Unless the hinges break off, which is actually pretty common. But the point is, the disc will stay right there. I don't know how many of you out there... I buy physical games still all the time. And I have gotten so many physical games where the disc is just flip-flopping around inside of the case because they don't do the foam thing anymore. This is peak right here. You know what I'm saying? So, this is not my original copy of Sonic CD. Yes, this is in fact the US version of Sonic CD. I've actually never played all the way through the Japanese version, so I'd actually be curious to do that at some point. My experience has kind of always been with the US version, but yeah. So this is not my original Sega CD copy of this because I had it for like a weekend and then my parents returned it. It's a long story. I'll tell you at some point this stream. It was really one of the stupidest moves of my gaming career, to be honest with you. But yeah, so I since, when I was a kid, I played it on Sega CD for a bit. Yeah, ow, indeed. I'll explain in a little bit. But my main experience with Sonic CD was the PC version of Sonic CD. That is how I played it most as a kid. Played it several times on PC. Never had a... I forgot what controller I used with it. I think I used the Thrustmaster Phaser Pad, which we discussed like a month or two ago. It is this horrific PlayStation. This horrific PC controller that is kind of shaped like a PlayStation controller, but it has a like rubber D-pad that just feels like mush. It is literally the worst feeling D-pad I've ever experienced in my entire life. Absolutely horrific controller. But yeah, that's how I played Sonic CD and actually Earthworm Jim. What is it called? Special Edition. Earthworm Jim Special Edition, which is also a Sega CD game. Which also, if you're going to play the first Earthworm Jim, that is the way you need to play the first Earthworm Jim. Is either on the Sega CD or on the PC. Mushy Rubber D, Thrustmaster. There's a joke here somewhere, indeed. I just remembered that I was going to add in. I have like a little Thrustmaster, little like, I don't even know what you would call it. Just Humphrey saying Thrustmaster once, and then I had this vision back when I was doing all these little short form videos on TikTok that I was gonna make this like a reoccurring meme, and I don't know, it never caught on, so it's whatever. But maybe it can live on the stream here. But yeah, anyway, let me just really quickly before we dive in here, I just want to take a gander at the manual here, because it's actually been a long time since I've looked at this. But got some of that, some that action here. A world that defies time. Look at that. So this intro animation is just on actual original Sega CD hardware. It's the frame rate's really low and it's quite pixelated and blah 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 and all this kind of stuff. But if you played it on PC, it's actually a much better experience, that intro cinematic. And I'm sure on Sonic Origins here, it's the highest quality it could possibly be. Have you watched Sonic CD, The Unsung Masterpiece? I have not. What is that? Sounds like a YouTube video. I appreciate that. I don't know that I've ever seen a video game do that. Speaker placement. Place speakers equal distance from the listener. On the same plane, at the same height, and at least 3 feet from side walls. You can angle speakers slightly. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. They're just looking out for all of you. Right, wrong. I love that. That's great. Man, I love looking at this old stuff. You guys tell me this is the most boring thing you've ever looked at, but like, I don't know. I love looking at these old manuals and stuff and seeing just the way that they talked about stuff back when you had to explain how to set up your electronics. Exactly. Oh, yeah. Seven-hour deep Sonic CD review. Wow. Okay. I'll have to look that up. The Unsung Masterpiece. I love that. The Super Grip. It's official. It's canon. If Sonic gets close enough to a pole, he'll automatically grab it and hold on. You know what I'm saying? Super items. The Time Warp. So, as I was mentioning last week, this is probably, it is the Sonic Genesis era game that I have had the least experience with. I played it a handful of times, but I have played the other ones many, many times. So, but still, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what differences in this one I can remember. I'm not as finally in tune with every single detail of this game. So there's that, but yeah. Game over. I've been watching. I talked about this a few weeks ago, but I've been watching this channel called Pandemonium reviews every U.S. Saturn game or whatever, and I'm watching a basically 4-hour documentary on this game called Sega Rally on the Saturn, which is like a rally racer, and it's 4 hours long, and it's just like, it's so good, and it's something that I didn't even know I needed in my life. So at some point now I'm hyped up on Sega Rally, and I feel like I'm gonna have to play Sega Rally on stream at some point, but I feel like I need to get a steering wheel, right? I'm like big on these stupid, ridiculous accessories for games and stuff. High-speed hints. This is probably very valid stuff to remember. Grab as many rings as you can. Yes, there's that. Turning full speed ahead is not always the best way to get through a zone. Yes, because Sonic CD is a little similar to Sonic 1. Sonic 2 is definitely more designed to get moving so that you have like long stretches to go really, really, really fast. And then Sonic 1 and Sonic CD aren't necessarily as much of that. They're a little more platforming, a little more strategery, you know what I'm saying? There are a lot of chapters in the review. I'll recommend the soundtrack, The Sins of SOA chapter. Man, the more I learn about all the craziness that was everything that happened between Sega of America and Sega of Japan in the 90s, like, it is no wonder that everything that happened with the Sega CD and 32X and the Saturn, all this stuff, it's just like no wonder that that's a thing. Got lyrics to Sonic Boom in here. That's cool. I love that. $1,000 music CD sweeps entry, free Sega Vision subscription, hot new game info, exclusive offers, charter membership, all yours and more when you register your Sega CD purchase. Do it today. I love that. Apparently, this person, whoever owned this game before me, did not register their copy of this game. So, yeah, thankfully, I actually have a complete copy of this, so that's cool. Okay. Whoopah. So, something I didn't mention before we got started here is what you're about to witness before your eyeballs right now as we speak. This is really bogus. Boom Tales, what's going on? I also love Sonic Boom. I like Sonic Boom better than, what you call it? Toot Toot Sonic Warrior. What is the name of that song? Is that what it's called? Toot Toot Sonic Warrior or whatever, the Japanese intro theme? I do like Sonic Boom better than that song. I especially love the outro version of Sonic Boom, like with the acoustic guitar and all that stuff, which is, like Will said, I know where you can hear a really cool cover of Sonic Boom. You can do anything. That's right. That's right. Everybody just calls it Toot Toot Sonic Warrior. Yeah, I had to do a like kind of mashup between the intro version of Sonic Boom and the outro version of Sonic Boom because I love them both, and especially the outro version. I love that so much. Like with the way the acoustic guitar blends in there and everything. I just had to do it exactly like that, you know. Okay, what are we doing? I'm pressing a button with a single finger that I possess. Okay, what was I saying? I was saying that last week when we played through Sonic 1, I actually did it on the wrong mode. So do you know what this guy did? I literally, immediately following the stream, started playing through Sonic 1 again on the correct mode. I played through Sonic 1 on, like, the non-story mode previously, and then this time I played through it on the actual story mode, which to me explaining that to you probably makes no sense. Why would this guy play through Sonic 1 more than once in a day? Why would he do that? Can I skip this? No, I cannot. Let's watch the credits again. Because if you don't play in story mode, then the games are not stitched together as one whole experience. So, yeah. I don't know how I managed to pick the wrong one last week, but I did. Then I corrected it by literally beating the game twice last. Well, I take that back. I didn't play the last zone last week. I did that Friday night, I think is when I did that. But yeah. So now we're on the correct mode. We can see all of these games stitched together in all of their glory, just as Mother Nature intended. Absolutely. With the all the little animations and stuff connecting the dots. Love it. Personally prefer both the OG versions, mostly because the instrumentals are a lot hype. The original Sonic CDs, like the US and the Japanese versions, is that what you mean? Yeah, I've listened to the Japanese soundtrack, but I'm not as attached to it as a lot of people are, because they tend to prefer the Japanese version over the US version. But I have had more experience with the US version, so yeah. I've heard them all. I can't off the top of my head just say oh, I haven't heard this or done that or whatever. But I have listened to the soundtrack, so there's that. I just haven't had as much experience with it as I would like. This is a cool little remix of the outro music. All right, so yeah. Got that animation there connecting the dots. Now we're into Sonic CD. It's like the ghost from Sonic and Knuckles. Rut-row, what do we have here? Assuming, since I'm hearing Sonic Boom right now, we're playing with the US version. You can fly! This song just hypes me up, man. Bro, when I first saw this animation, I thought this was one of the coolest things I had ever seen in the history of existence. This is just so all, compared to, at the time, a lot of the, Sonic cartoons and stuff, which were cool in their own way, but, bro, this is so good. It definitely has more of an anime feel to it. What is going on, E102 Gamma? It's so good. How do I feel about the Mecha Sonics from Sonic, frick, it went away. Sonic 2 and Sonic and Knuckles, I think is what you said, right? Yes. I love the one in Sonic and Knuckles. I love that one. I actually, one of my literal favorite sound effects, period, in any video game ever, is when you kind of destroy him, basically, and he makes this bzz, 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 jolting sound or whatever. If you listen to every single every single cover song that I do, and I do a short video of it, that happens at the end of the video. That sound effect happens. Every single one, because I just love it so much. What is going on, Super Ducky? This is the US version. Can I even change that here? No. I mean, I don't know. Frick. How do you change it? Does anybody know how you change the soundtrack in here? Or is it like a main menu options thing or something? The main menu to change. You can do it in Anniversary. Okay, let's do that, because it's just gonna start us back in this at that part here. Oh, I guess. Well, I don't know. Let's see. HGMD, how is it going? I love Sonic CD. I just haven't had as much experience with it as a lot of the other games, but haven't gotten too far in it just yet. To Anniversary, change it in the title screen. Freaking heck. Okay, we'll see. Let's see how this goes. Uh-huh. All right, let's see what happens. I'm guess, or soundtrack, maybe? There we go. I mean, I do love the soundtrack, or the title screen version of that song, but what am I doing? Mission mode. We're not going to screw this up again. All right, let's see what happens. Yep, sure enough. Woo! I appreciate that, Boomtails. I appreciate that. That literally is one of my favorite covers I have done, period. Frick. Oh, I did the drop dash, and my brain thought, oh, this game doesn't have the drop dash, but then I remembered I'm playing this on Sonic Origins, so it does in fact have the drop dash. All right, Super Ducky, we will catch you later. Thanks for swinging by. I need to get some more rings here. And stop sucking, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, this game definitely, the soundtrack, just like right off the bat here, it definitely has, it just has that feel to it, like a lot of Saturn games have soundtracks like this. Did you ever see the movie from Japan? The same animation in the intro, Knuckles has a hat and everything. Yes, what is the official name for that? The Sonic OVA or whatever. But yes, I got that. I've never watched it subbed because I didn't know any better as a kid. But I remember oh frick, no. Oh, I didn't get enough ringies. That sucks. But they released the English version of that around the time that the Dreamcast came out. So that's, I remember getting that. I got that on VHS. I actually have it in the other room right now as we speak. But I got that on VHS, and I watched that a ton. I'm pretty sure that was one of the animations in Sonic Jam, I think. But I'd like to watch it with subtitles at some point and kind of see how it is. I just remember a lot of the voices being a little obnoxious at times in the dubbed version. freaking heck? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the heck what YouTube would do with that. Richard Jock said his main inspiration for both Sonic 3D Blast and Sonic R was the Japanese version of Sonic. Yeah, okay. So specifically when I said that earlier, that's what I was thinking of. Especially Sonic 3D Blast. It sounds very similar to that. So that makes a whole lot of sense that he would have used that. I freaking love the Sonic 3D Blast Saturn soundtrack. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. I'm just jumping around like a fool. But I love that soundtrack. I used to listen to that soundtrack all the time, even when I wasn't playing the game. I made like a mixtape. I had a boombox with a cassette player and a CD player, and you could play CDs in it, but record the CD music onto cassette tapes. So I made some cassette tapes with Sonic 3D Blast music on it, and I just freaking love that soundtrack. Green Grove is just Palm Trip Panic 2.0. That makes a whole lot of sense. There we go. We did something. Okay. I'm here for this. I actually do not remember this song. Yeah, the US version, the music is just very, very different. It is a completely different vibe. I love in the US version, I think it's just Act 1 Wacky Workbench. Just the bass line at the beginning. I'm not really wild about the whole song itself, but oh, this is smooth. This is oh frick. As I trip over everything. I wonder how the thumbstick is for this. Not too bad, not too bad. Come on now. Oh, put your body in there. Come on now. Oh, frick. Dadgummit. Do not rob me of this victory. Okay, I gotta get this together here. Okay, I have not listened to this soundtrack in a long time. Dadgummit. And I freaking love this. You fool! Okay. Jeez. It's embarrassing. Ho, ho, ho. Time travel... Toasty indeed. Time travel mechanic kind of throws me off a little I play this game. Yeah, I've always really been a big fan of that. I just thought it was super cool. And I love the way Sonic's jump sounds in this. Boop. Yeah, you do whatever you're gonna do. I do think I actually like the US boss music better than this, though. Yeah, Will, it's super good. Like, this is a fantastic sounding game. Did you have to destroy my car to take some magic rock, bro? Oh, that bass. Luna, what is going on? How are you doing? It is so fantastic to see you here. Oh, come on now. Get on up there. Okay. Okay, so here's my story. Here's what happened. Okay, so I said earlier, I hinted at this. So, when I got Sonic CD as a kid, hang on, let me fix my freaking in-ear cable. Okay. Sorry, your ear is going smoothly. Yes, it has been going well. Hopefully the beginning of the year has been good for you also. It is fantastic to see you. I feel like it's been a minute. Okay, so I don't remember the context of this. I do not know why I got a Sega CD. I do not know what it was for. It was for some... Maybe it's for my birthday or something. I think maybe it had to have been for my birthday. I do not know why I got a Sega CD. But I got a Sega CD. It came with Sonic CD. And it came with Sewer Shark. And I played it. I literally kept it for one day. Or probably like 2 days, I think, is what I did. And I played it literally like the entirety of those 2 days. I think, to be fair, I got it like on a Friday night, and then I played it like all that night, and then into Saturday and all that. And I don't know what happened in my brain. I do not know what happened in my brain. But like, oh, you fool! Ugh. But for some reason, I did not like the loading times on the Sega CD. They kind of rubbed me the wrong way. And so at the same time, I knew that the 32X had just come out. This was obviously like pretty late in the Sega CD's life. And I knew that the 32X had come out, and then there was a Knuckles Chaotix, a 32-bit Sonic CD, or Sonic CD, a 32-bit Sonic game on the 32X. And so I was like, hey, like, actually, I think I want that instead of the Sega CD. Like, what the... And so my mom returned the Sega CD and Sonic CD and Sewer Shark, and I got a 32X with Knuckles Chaotix. And yes, I bought the 32X. And while I really enjoyed Knuckles Chaotix, and I still enjoy that game. I think it's cool for what it is. Sonic CD is better. Definitely, it's better. Frick! And so, yeah, for the longest time, literally until I was an adult and I started collecting games in like 2011, I think. Yes, I do have Knuckles Chaotix. I still have it. I still have my childhood 32X and my childhood Knuckles Chaotix. That was the only 32X game I had for my entire childhood until like 2011 or so, when I started collecting games. And I got a few more. And now I have a few more 32X games. I have a couple 32X Sega CD games, which are basically they're discs, so they run on the Sega CD, but they tap into a lot more like colors and stuff from the 32X. So it kind of beefs up the graphics a little bit. But I have Night Trap on there, and I have Corpse Killer on there, which I really want to play Corpse Killer on stream at some point. It's a light gun game, and apparently I've actually never played it, but it's super campy, super cheesy, done by the same people who did Night Trap and a lot of those other FMV games like that. And it just, I don't know. I really need to play this on stream at some point. But I want to play that. And I really want to do like an FMV stream at some point and just play a handful of FMV games. I love FMV games. I don't know why. Just there's something to me that's so cool about FMV games, because it's something that would just not be a thing now, right? It just would not be a thing now, but it was just like this gap in technology at the time where they were like, okay, which for those of you who don't know, FMV games were kind of, especially the company who made Night Trap and these games like that, they were kind of originally filmed to be on a VHS video game console. I believe Hasbro was going to release that, and it didn't see the light of day, and then long story short, they wound up coming out on those games came out on the Sega CD instead. Little one started collecting retro games. I bought him all of my systems. I left my mom's attic. OG NES, GameCube, Sega, Dreamcast, Super NES. That is you got all the heavy hitters there. Oh, and I didn't comment on what you said earlier, Luna, but the skipped the Saturn and the Sega CD and went to the Dreamcast. I mean, the Dreamcast is so good. Like it really, it just, yeah, it ended, it died way too early, and that is so unfortunate. But yeah, it is what it is. But I do love the Dreamcast. Missing your Game Gear N64 OG PlayStation somewhere in the attic. You know, man, you had quite the set there. That's cool. Oh. This is quite. Yeah, I fully see now. really analyzing and thinking about this soundtrack, I fully see why people prefer this over the US version. Mom spoiled me as a kid. I understand. My parents were big into like AV stuff, or well, my dad was. He was big into like AV stuff, and so yeah, they were always they had a relationship with this. It was a video distributor, so they had like a video rental store, and they through this distributor they had access to a lot of hardware and a lot of movies and games and all that kind of stuff. So they were always kind of like in the know with all the new stuff that was coming out. So I definitely got a little spoiled from that. Comment section, what is going on? How is it going? Any Cyberpulse updates? Well, we are working on music. We are, in fact, I don't know. I think Zorain may have talked to you not too terribly long ago, but we are. Oh, that sucks. We are in the process of working on some new music and some different things, so that we have some music to stream. And whenever that happens, whenever we have that done, then we're going to get back into streaming. We're actually simultaneously. I actually haven't talked about this on stream at all. So, everybody, I have another project out there in cyberspace land called the Cyberpulse, and you can find the Cyber Pulse in many different places. You can follow. I believe our hub. Let me type this in the chats. Let's see if this still works. Oh frick! Caps lock. What's going on? Okay. Surely there's a that. Why do I have this font so freaking small that my old man eyes can't see this? So that's the name of the band, but also a URL, and it's like one of my favorite things in the known universe that exists. But yeah, so we used to stream music and stuff on Twitch. Got to get you back on the podcast. I would, yeah, fully be down for that. I know Zarain would be down for that once we get back into the flow of things. But we used to stream music on Twitch before 2020, when there was some like crazy weird like DMCA stuff that happened like the beginning of 2020-ish, and then we kind of stopped streaming, and yeah. But yeah, things are in motion. Things are happening again. So it's just kind of slowly. Do not throw my body into the water. Thank you. Do not. I touched the water. My toes touched the water. What? I didn't even know that was a thing. Okay. Ah, no. Do not you dare rob me of this victory. Where the freaking heck did that UFO go? Oh. It's avoiding me. Got him. I always felt Metal Sonic was the last of the Sonic mechanical doppelgangers. The mechas came first, and Metal Sonic was started Speedway, man, he is mechas. Yeah, I love Metal Sonic. He, literally one of my favorite characters in the Sonic universe. It's also one of my favorite things about the Sonic, the OVA movie, is that Metal Sonic is in it. Are you fool? Oh yeah, I'm about to have like some Sonic Spinball PTSD here. See, like, why couldn't Sonic Spinball just have played like this, okay? Right? Am I wrong or am I right? Or wrong or right? Or I don't know. Why couldn't they have modeled it after freaking this? That was super cool, actually. All right, Luna, thanks for hanging out and swinging by, and we'll definitely we'll talk soon. Where he fought Megasonic and used the Master Emerald to go super against... Yeah, I thought that was super cool. And Metal Sonic is in Knuckles Chaotix, too. And he goes full-on crazy mode in that. I forgot how he goes full-on super, but yeah. Bro, this totally is giving me Sonic 3D Blast vibes. It's so funny that I'm comparing this backwards, but, you know. That's all I got. That's all I got. At some point in time, I would like to play Sonic 3D Blast, the Saturn version. Actually, both the Saturn version and the Genesis version. At some point. I've actually never beaten the Genesis version. this the way I'm going? Forgot what I'm doing. Can I not do this? Oh, I guess that's to go the other way, right? That makes sense. That makes sense. I'm so foolish. I mean, to be honest with you, I could probably fill up an entire, like, several months full of Sonic streams with all the different things that I want to play. But I want to keep it fresh. You know, I don't want to wear it out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Turn off my space heater here. Freaking sweating and it's super cold outside. I don't know what the heck. This hoodie's actually super hot. I keep forgetting that I have the drop dash. I didn't forget that at all last week playing Sonic 1, but for some reason my brain is in Sonic CD mode here and I keep forgetting that it's a thing. Please don't murder me. Uh-oh. Oh, what? Okay. I really like the background, like the ground and stuff in this. That's like super cool looking. I never really noticed that before, but like the Dr. Robotnik, like with the red eyes and stuff. That's super cool. Oh, that's unfortunate that Clabot won't let you do that. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. I don't think there's a way I can fix that. Oh well, it's fine. Just wait 80 seconds. Let me see. I'm trying to think of some other Sonic games that I want to play. I definitely want to play. I hadn't thought about playing Knuckles Chaotix on stream, but that would actually be cool to play through that again. The special stages in Knuckles Chaotix are actually pretty cool. They're 3D. Similar to like Sonic 2. But different at the same time. When Sonic is swimming, my millennial anxiety peaks. I understand. I am here for that. I understand fully. With all of my persons. Every single person. Bruh, give me... What in the hot Scooby snacks is happening to my person? Let go of me. Put me somewhere that makes sense. Okay, that was interesting. Boo boo. Yeah. Oh. Look at all those bubbles. Yeah. Yeah, I enjoyed Sonic Shuffle back in the day. There was something about Sonic Shuffle that I didn't like as much, and I think it's you don't play mini games as much as Mario Party. I think that's what it was. I can't quite remember. I definitely do in September, probably. I want to play through Sonic Adventure. That I do believe that needs to happen. Yeah. No, 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 no. Oh, get out of here with your legs. Stop this. Stop this nonsense. Didn't like the voice actor for the fairy chick talking too much, but it was cool using the cards in the VMU. Bro, I stand by my statement. I think the VMU is like the coolest video game accessory that has ever existed. Ever. And it's something that just would not exist in the same way now, you know? And of course, like, it just wouldn't. It wouldn't. It just wouldn't. Developers would just be like, oh, just use your phone or whatever, you know? But just like back before smartphones were a thing and you had like a memory card that you put into the controller, and then you have a screen on the controller so you can see stuff that pertains to you, so it doesn't have to take up the whole screen. Like, for example, you can see health, like that kind of thing. Or I think it was NFL 2K that you could see, you could like select plays and stuff on it. So like that's a cool use of having a screen on your controller, so you could do like multiplayer, and then like people are selecting their own plays and nobody's seeing what's going on. Jose, how is it going? Find Sonic CD to be the true sequel to Sonic 1. I can definitely see that. Sonic 2 is definitely a different video game from Sonic 1. Sonic CD feels a lot more like Sonic 1 than Sonic 2. Kind of feels like Sonic 1.5, but with many additional like features and stuff, you know. Also, I love the super peel out thing or whatever. I'm glad that's kind of become a standard again, but for a while it was missing and made me very sad. Sonic 2 became the template for the rest, basically. Yeah, for sure. Freaking heck. Oh, I didn't have enough rings. Bro, these didn't need the peel out if you can rev up in a I mean, it's true. It's 100% true, but there's just something so freaking cool about the figure 8, you know? I love that. I love that. Of course, Roger, stop for a minute to listen to the beauty. I shall do that. I shall, in fact, do that. Oh, there's our friend. Is there anything up here that I need? Well, don't mind if I do. Dubious, you were the one earlier that said you preferred the 2011 release of this game. Is that right? What is the difference between that one and this one? When it first came out, like on smartphones, I played it on my phone. But that was a big deal when that came out, and like Christian Whitehead was involved in all this stuff, and kind of changed the game. Give me that. Origins just damaged it. What do you feel like is or what is different? I'm not familiar enough with that to know, or the original, to be honest with you. Come on now. The last time I played through Sonic CD was the original. Actually, it wasn't that long ago. It was when I got my CDX a couple of years ago. There you go. Oh. Oh, yeah. Woo! That's good, bro. Yes, sir. Mm. Yeah, this is super good. And the music turned up. Love it. Love it. You know me. You know me, Will. Bruh. Yeah, that's super good. That's super, super good. Apologize. I turned down the music too much. Yeah. Get on out of here. Oh. I don't know of another. There might be, but I cannot think of off the top of my head another Sonic song from "You're Being Careless with Your Rings Again." You're not wrong, Will. You're not wrong. I can't think of another Sonic song that has like kind of like a marching snare kind of thing going on. Oh, I thought I was gonna land on those. Let's see what we got going on in Future Land here for music. Come on now. If a guy can get to where he's going. There you go. You got to get up to 88, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Woo. Woo. Those toms, there were like at least 38 toms that just like dominoes. you're gonna see some serious. Man. Okay. I might be a believer in this soundtrack. Man. I just love Sonic Boom. Some serious pick. They scrapped the song's loops and Sonic and Amy's voices and fast forward the cutscenes for intro and especially the outro is chaotic. The song's loops. So the songs kind of just like end and then start over again. Is that what you're saying? You know, I didn't even realize they took out the voices, but they sure did. I forgot about that. Oh, you fool! Yes, I'm being very careless. You'd think that I should be a little more careful if I wanted to have 50 rings by the end of the level, but here we are. Every song has a unique loop at the end, but they took them out for some reason. Weird. Interesting. There's also obviously the issue of the music in Sonic 3, so there's that. That's a whole nother situation. We'll save that for an upcoming stream when we get there. Frick. Oh, I tripped on the hootie hottie. Oh no, oh no, no. Alright. Although, I'm just glad that they were able to release this and they got, you know, another release of Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Frick all over my body parts. Okay. Okay, come on now, come on now, come on now, come on now. Ah! No! 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 Oh, I was robbed. I was robbed. Oh, I forgot I could do this. Sweet. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Yep, 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 yep. Okay. Ho, 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 ho. Freaking bruh. Stop playing in the water, you fool! It's fine, this is fine, this is fine, this is fine. Everything's fine, everything's fine. No, no, do, 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 do. Yeah. Mr. Trevino, how is it going? It is so good to see you here on this lovely day. Let's see. We gotta do a mega, an ultra mega shout out here. Let me do the thing. Let me type the thing. I really need to make a good shortcut for this, but I just have yet to do it. So I'm just gonna complain about it as I am typing the thing.
Shout out to Jerry Trevino. Go check them out.
So yeah, if you like Sonic music, which I would probably assume that most of you here do, and you like dudes that shred on guitar, like literally shred your face off, then definitely go hurl your fingers into that subscribe button there, because yes sir. Man, absolutely. I'm a big fan of your stuff. Oh shucks. Above average. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I like the US boss music better. Above average bros. I love that. I'm right there with you. I don't know if you're calling yourself above average though. I don't even. Come on now. I would just really think that the floor underneath him would be heating up a lot more than this, but I guess here we are. Here we finally are. Are you a Sonic CD? What is your favorite Sonic game, Jerry? Boom. Cannot answer that question. I understand. Okay, yeah, this Wacky Workbench song is way better than the US one, but I love the bass line at the beginning of the US Wacky Workbench song. It's so good. I truly wish I could hit a button right now and go back and forth between the two soundtracks. The classic era, 3 and Knuckles. Sonic 3 and Knuckles is actually my favorite video game of all time, so I understand that. Although I do really like Sonic 2. I honestly probably, for some reason, I don't know why, but I tend to return to Sonic 2 a lot more than any of the other ones. I don't know why that is. Frick. First one played Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, and it was the one that turned me into obsessive fan. I understand. I love Sonic Adventure 2. That is also one of my favorite Sonic games. I totally forgot about this sprite. That's super cool. Favorite stage song from all the classic Genesis games. Hold on, let me really think about that. I know what my heart is telling me. I'm not a CD connoisseur, actually. I love Sonic CD. I really enjoy Sonic CD, but I'm not. It's probably the one that I'm least familiar with, or probably it is the one that I'm least familiar with. I feel like I'm more familiar with Sonic Spinball than Sonic CD, actually. I'm not sure how that is a thing, but here we are. Hold on, let me really think about this. Let me really give this some thought here. Dadgummit. Why did I do that? Why? Why did I do that? Take your time. There's a valuable lesson here. I don't listen to Captain America's advice as much as I should.
Hi, I'm Captain America. Here to talk to you about one of the most valuable traits a soldier or student can have. Patience.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that little reminder. The dual reminder. I appreciate that. Okay. I'm trying. I have a song in mind, and I'm trying to think of exactly if there's something that I like more than this. Before I put this on the record, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes when I answer a question like this, I try to think about it and answer it like literally it's my dying breath, and I'm never gonna be able to change my mind or speak anything ever again. And I'm stuck with this answer. I think it has to be Ice Cap. I don't know what else it could be. I mean, there are some other like freaking bangers, but I just love Ice Cap so much. Spring Yard is fantastic. There are too many to choose from. 100%. Absolutely that. Hydro City, that's another great one. Oh, Sonic Mania has some great stuff in it. Studiopolis is probably my favorite track in that game. There's no better timing than Miller time. I think I told you guys this, but I used to work. So I used to be a software developer, and I worked like strictly remotely. And I had a buddy that I worked with, and he every Friday night it was always the same thing. Like we'd be working very closely together. And then whenever we wrapped up work that way, he would just message me and say Miller time and sign off. And that's how he started the weekend. The Sonic CD remix album. The OC remix album? Or something else. Sounds like a guy that knows what's up. Exactly that. Boom.
On November 19th, 2024, MichaelK said, "If you see something unusual, try butt stomping it."
I stand by that statement 1000%. I believe that is an accurate thing in a video game. I mean, probably not IRL. Although, I mean, maybe there's a time and a place for that. But definitely in a video game.
Jerry Trevino just donated $1.99 and said, "Gotta run, but I wanted to stop by to say hi."
Dude, I appreciate that so much. Thank you so much for that super chat and for swinging by. And definitely, once again, everybody, please go subscribe to his channel. If you have not done so already, you will not regret it. I promise. But have a fantastic night and a fantastic rest of your week, and we'll see you very soon. I love the colors in this level. Whoop. Whoop. Yeah. Yeah. Oh! The guy is not paying attention. Okay, speaking of not paying attention. I just don't have enough patience is what the problem is. You know what I'm saying? There we go. Whoop. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the soundtrack. I think I've been converted. Yep. Ugh. Whoop. Duh. Where are we going exactly? Yep. 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 Look at that. I don't know why. I'm just traveling all over the place. Traveling all over the place. Contains 8 songs from CD remixed or original. The album was released in '94. Oh! I don't think I've heard that. I'll have to track that down. I would assume that's probably on archive.org. That seems like something that somebody would have put on there. It's on YouTube. Okay, cool. I've kind of gone down this weird path lately, where, you know, a lot of people are talking about like getting their old iPods and doing all that and listening to their own music and stuff. And for me, the convenience of that is just not quite there, and I don't really have any nostalgia for listening to music on an iPod, really. So personally, I've been getting back into like actually curating my own digital music collection, and then I have a server in my house that my phone can play music off of. So it's like I'm basically, I don't know, there's something cool to me about, like, you know, it's mine, I have it, I'm not borrowing it from Spotify for a moment or whatever. And I'm not one of those people that's like anti-Spotify or whatever. It's whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I've just kind of gotten into kind of collecting, curating digital music. The only iPod nostalgia I have is crashing so many computers downloading music off of LimeWire. Absolutely that. Yep. Yep, I am quite familiar with that. I definitely went down that path. Oh, frick. I definitely did my fair share of Napstering, you know, back in the 56K days. And it was like a commitment to download a song. It was a straight up commitment. The first song that I ever downloaded, ever, in the history of cyberspace, was a song called Last Kiss by Pearl Jam, which is actually a cover of an older song by, I don't even know who it's originally by. But that was like big on the radio at the time. And yeah, so I downloaded it. It took like 3.5 hours, but yeah. I have a couple of your songs added on Spotify. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. I'm very thankful. If any of you out there are listening to my music on Spotify, I'm super thankful for that. Somehow, I forgot what the the listener count is now, but I think it's like around 1,400 listeners a month, which is pretty cool. Apparently, I had a couple songs get added to some playlists. So that's on Spotify. That's like how you make it, because it gets, a song will get added to some random public playlist, and then people are subscribed to that playlist, and therefore they listen to your music through that playlist, and they discover you that way. So somehow that's happened with a few of my songs. I believe "Saving the Day." "Saving the Day" from Ghostbusters. And "Fastest Thing Alive" from Sonic the Hedgehog Sat AM. See, this is good. This is like, I love this level because it's like, you can kind of blast around a little bit. You can have some fun. I just love the figure eight thing. I'm so glad. I'm so glad that they brought back the figure eight stuff in some capacity in different ways, but that was just always one of my favorite aesthetic things about this game. Does that work? Had music on Shovel. "Panic in the Sky" came on. I love it. Love it. I'm also a big fan of that cover. I really love that song. Honest moment, I've never used Spotify at this point. I'm afraid to try and learn it, but I can see myself getting hurt listening to you at the gym. Yep. Might get you pumping iron a little too fast at times, you know what I'm saying? The only song that Sega remembers from this game. You're not wrong. Yeah! Yeah! I really wonder how this game would have been if, so that whole transition scene that happens between when you travel through time. Originally, when they pitched the concept of this game, that wasn't there. Like the thought was to literally be able to travel through time, but due to hardware limitations, they could not make that a thing. But that would have been very interesting. Surely somebody has added some kind of patch or something that makes it do that. But at this point, it's so like iconic that it's like, I don't know. You're kind of messing with things you don't need to be messing with. But I mean, the same could be said about Jurassic Park, and that turned out fine. Frick. Like instantaneously, yes. It was, originally that was the idea, was that he could travel. There's a mod for instant travel. I'd be curious, like, how originally that was, like, what visually would have happened, Because, like, something would have had to happen. It couldn't just spontaneously turn into the other thing. Where am I going? I actually don't know. Oh, yeah. Hit it. Turn it up. Where the frick am I? Do 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 do. Whoa, that ball had spikes and it touched me. I believe I'm backtracking. That's totally fine. I do appreciate in these modern releases, though, that it's a little bit more instantaneous. I mean, well, obviously, because there's a cutscene, it's not instantaneous, but it's a little bit more seamless. You don't got like loading times and stuff going on. Yeah. Where in the tits McGee am I going? Can I put my person here? No. Surely it has to be up here, right? Surely. Ho, ho, ho! Hit it. Get down. Turn it up. Yeah, yeah. There has to be something, right? What the freaking heck? Do I need to go down? No, I have a hankering to watch Anchorman. Am I going this way? Oh, yeah. Here we go, here we go, here we go. I'm a fool, I'm a fool. Don't mind me, don't mind me. Put me there. Put me in, coach. Oh, I totally forgot about that in the background. That's super cool. Yeah, I love this soundtrack. This is super good. I'm a fan. There's something about a lot just the way that several Sega games sounded around this period of time. Like, oh, it is just chef's kiss. It is so good. Whoop. Like, man, like a lot of Sega CD games and Saturn games all kind of have that sound to them. And, oh, it's glorious. Going back to the topic of playing some FMV games. So I need to pick out some FMV games to stream. Because there are some I'm not sure that I want to play for an entire stream, but like maybe if I strung a few together, it'd be kind of cool. But there's another game, and this, like, if you saw this game in a store, you would be like, that is garbage, and I'm not playing that. I'm just not playing that. But there's a Saturn game called Quarterback Attack. Okay, so it's a football game, but it's FMV. So, and for those of you who don't know what an FMV game is, it's like pre-recorded video footage. It's like you're interacting with a movie basically, and so they would play the different recorded clips or whatever. So you do different things to affect the outcome of the game. All these different FMV games play differently. Some of them are like kind of shooters. Some of them, one of them is a football game. Night Trap is an FMV, and Night Trap is my favorite FMV game. I love the heck out of Night Trap, totally unironically. I actually love that game for several reasons, but I would do an entire stream on Night Trap. That's all I'm saying. But Quarterback Attack, like a lot of these FMV games, like they filmed them literally as a movie production. Okay, so you had actors that were hired to play all these different roles. They obviously tend to have a lot of dialogue to them because they were filmed like a movie. And like, I don't know, just like they just have this charm to them that this is the kind of thing that just would not exist nowadays. It just would not exist nowadays. It was because of a limitation in hardware that these existed. And quite frankly, like that, things were just weird in the mid-90s as far as games, like especially once 3D games started happening. Like everything was out the window. There were no standards like there are now. Like it just wasn't a thing. There were no standards. Developers were just trying stuff. And some things worked and some things didn't. Ah! Would you consider games like Heavy Rain in the same genre? I would think that something like Heavy Rain is kind of what they wanted to do with FMV games. It's just that's kind of what they were, the kind of interaction that they were hoping for with FMV games, but they just couldn't quite do it because of the hardware limitations. But specifically, like I mentioned earlier, like Night Trap, I cannot remember what the other game was. I think it may have been Sewer Shark. Night Trap originally was supposed to be made for a video game console that was made by Hasbro, and it was a VHS-powered video game console. So you're basically, I don't know how the heck that would work exactly. I would assume that it would have to like do a lot of like fast forwarding and rewinding and stuff depending on where you are and whatever. But yeah. Get out of here. Let go of me. Do not touch me when I am in my ball form. A guy is reckless with his rings. Reckless. Whoop. Aha! Aw. Oh, yeah! Okay, I actually do not remember. I don't think I've ever heard this song before. This version. Get on! Gee. Right, okay. Whoop! Ah! My fingers are always ready for some quote action. Man, I'm glad your fingers are ready, Will. Glad your fingers are all over it. I love that sound effect. It's so good. It's so good. Oh no! That was fine. That was fine. Zero problems there. Bro, I love the colors in this. This looks so good. This is bringing pleasure to my eyeballs. I honestly thought I would probably die a little bit more in this than I have, but here we are. Oh, get out of here. Yo. Put me back there. Yep. Yep. Oh no! That was fine. I was definitely not worried about that at all. Frick. Yep. Mother of pearl. Well, that ain't it. These vocals in this song.
You can do it!
Mother of ShamWow. Oh, I forgot that was a thing. I totally forgot about that. Okay, you were there. It's a much larger version of the one from Sonic 1. Also, another one of my favorite things about Sonic CD is I love the animation. Like, one of my favorite things as a kid about Sonic CD was a lot of the like really unique animation that only is in this game, like that spinning that he does when he's on when he jumps off of the spring, or the figure 8 thing. There's like some really cool animation details that only exist in Sonic CD at the time. There are, in fact, some lyrics in the background. I'm not getting everything that's being said, but there's definitely some stuff going on. Whoop. Hehehe. Here we are. Is the shading on him a little bit different when he's little? Just looks a little... I don't know. It's been a while since I've played this game with sharp pixels. Whoop. Whoop. Love it. Yo, yeah. We're going up and down. Wait, did I just go all the way back? Am I a fool? Am I a fool? I'm a fool. I'm a freaking fool. I'm a freaking fool. You know, Jose, I'm gonna reserve that the answer to that until the end of the stream, but I may have been. I may be now a believer in the Japanese soundtrack, just because I've had more experience with the US one. Every time I've played all the way through the game, it's been the US version of the game. I like certain things though, like I prefer the US boss music just because it's, I don't know, it's a little more sinister sounding. I know that's kind of weird. Wait, I did it again. Frick! I do like Sonic Boom better than You Can Do Anything. But for the stage music, yeah, I think the Japanese soundtrack is... Wait a minute, what am I doing? Really not that hard. Nostalgia just pushes us. Yep. Why did I do that? Why have I done this? Whoop, whoop. Yeah, 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 yeah. Mother of pearl. Got him. I have 0 rings. 0 rings. Frick. Shigga digga 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 black goo. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. That was cool, like vocal chop kind of thing there. Yeah, for sure. I can definitely see that. Although it's interesting because I remember when I first heard you can do anything, frick. I heard it in Sonic Jam because the Sonic CD intro was in Sonic Jam. I spent so much time in Sonic Jam playing, like watching all the different little like movie things and stuff, little clips in there. Like I spent so much time when I was a kid doing that. That's the first place I saw some of the Sonic OVA stuff too, because it was, I think it was like maybe a trailer for that was in there or something. Yeah, Sonic Jam is definitely very interesting. A couple of years ago, we played through Sonic 3 and Knuckles on Sonic Jam. And it's, yeah, I'm very familiar with that game, and it's definitely very different. And it's, I think my biggest turnoff with it, which is something I didn't notice as a kid, was the way that it sounds, because obviously everything's like sampled and whatever. So everything just kind of doesn't sound as good in that game, which you'd think it would sound better, but I don't know, especially there's just some stuff and it just But I love that kind of thing. I love comparing different ports of games and seeing how what decisions they made to release the game on a different piece of hardware or whatever. Whoop. Like, for example, and I did not know this. This is actually crazy. So, why I was tricked. There's a Saturn game called Virtua Racing. It was like one of the first Saturn racing games that came out, and my entire life I thought it was a port of the arcade game.
The current DS count is 534.
Woo!
This is the first of the day. Maybe try a different game?
Oh, back off, Clevon. Back right off. So apparently, Virtua Racing on the Saturn, I'm not... This is so ridiculous. Virtua Racing on the Saturn is not a port of the arcade game. Literally, the team, for some reason, I can't remember why, they did not want to give Time Warner Interactive, I think was the name of the team that made Virtua Racing on the Saturn. They did not want to give them access to the Saturn, or the arcade source code to port the game over to Saturn. They gave them a Virtua Racing arcade cabinet, and they said, build this game. And so they had a Virtua Racing arcade cabinet in their office, and they reverse engineered that game and tried to just rebuild it by like eyeballing it, basically. Like, what the heck? Like, I can't even imagine. I cannot even imagine. So yeah, I've always thought that Virtua Racing on the Saturn was the arcade game, but it is not. It's a totally different game. Okay, let's stop dying like a bunch of fools. Mother? Okay, stop sucking. Thank you. Jeez. Okay. Whoop. Oh, yeah. This brother. Get on out of here. Hey. Ha! Something's happening. Something's going on. Forgot what I'm doing. I actually don't remember what I'm supposed to do on this boss. Other than lose all my rings. Did these sprites rotate that smoothly on the Sega CD? No way. This track actually sounds like something... Whoa. Some of the Sonic Mania, some of the later level Sonic Mania stuff. You fool. Ha! Oh! Why? Give me that, Ah! Amy, what the H are you doing here? Let's skedaddle. Frick. Oh, wow, this is like super crispy. Yep. Dubious, that I forgot about that. Yeah. That makes so much sense though. I freaking love that. The animation in this is so good. Oh yeah, no. Nothing to do.
You gotta do something. You gotta do something. Believe in yourself. Yourself. Hey!
Extraordinary things can happen if you believe in yourself. Woo! You got to have the faith in yourself if you want respect from your friends.
Don't rearrange. No need to change. Stay like you are. Keep it all the same. But as you move along in your life, keep an open mind. And don't forget that if you gotta do something, believe in yourself.
Yep.
Yourself.
Wise advice.
Extraordinary things can happen if you believe in yourself.
Oh!
You got to have the faith in yourself if you want respect from your friends.
When you feel tight, look at yourself.
Look at yourself.
Inside your heart, you will
Look
find
at it.
a special place to align.
When you feel tight, look at yourself.
Inside your mind, you see connect eternity.
Ooh, that bass.
Ooh.
Oh, it's so good.
Inside your heart, you will find a special place to align. When you
right, because I didn't get the good ending. Yep. That whole thing. I did not get the time stones or destroy the machines. Didn't destroy any machines, actually. Oh! Ah! Eh? Ah. We'll see you soon, Tails. This is obviously the beginning of Sonic 2, but we're going to watch it anyway.
On November 12th, 2024, Michael K said, "You gotta be shoving this all over my face and chest right now."
Very cool. All right, we're gonna call it quits here on. We're gonna play Sonic 2 next week. That's gonna be a thing. What's going on, SD Destroyer? How is it going? Let's see. Where? Mirror mode. Where's the museum? Ah. I'm assuming the movies is just the cutscenes that we've watched. Yeah. Why is the Sonic Mania stuff in here? Does it could just come unlocked? All right, whatever. Spoilers. I'm not looking. Ah. What do we got here? This is all good. What number? Hang on. Cannot read. Oh, it's going left to right. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so what the heck, I'm assuming this is the US stuff here. Character slot, you can now swap characters or use. Yeah. Yeah, look at that. Oh. Woo. Nice. Oh yeah. I also love the artwork of the cover of Sonic CD. Like, it's so good. I just like the presentation of this game is so good. Even if it's not my favorite one, like, I don't know, like, visually, a lot of the stuff that they did visually in this game might be my favorite of all the Genesis era games. Man. Stardust Speedway, good future. You got kicked out, Will. What the H? Who kicked you out? Was it Collabot or Comcast? Let's see. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That'll do. I don't know, Will. Clabot may have just admitted that it was him. good. Oh, yeah. Yeah, these Japanese tracks just have a totally different vibe from the US tracks. Yeah, I think, yeah, okay. So I think my official assessment is exactly what I said. I really like the Japanese soundtrack for the stages. I prefer Sonic Boom for the intro and the outro. I love the outro version of Sonic Boom. I just cannot unlove that. And I do really like the US boss music just because of how creepy sounding it is. But other than that, I do really like the stage music in the Japanese version. I think the thing that really mainly gets me about the stage music is that I love the Sonic Mania soundtrack and I love the Sonic 3D Blast Saturn soundtrack, and it has that same vibe, obviously, because as I've been educated here on this day, they were based on this. So I did not know that the Saturn 3D Blast soundtrack was kind of inspired by this, so that's very cool. Let's go back here a little bit. I greatly appreciate that all of these different versions...
Will just donated $5 and said, Clarbot may have kicked me out once, but I really do need to get off for the night. Fun stream, as always. Take care, friend. See you in the future.
In the future. Will, thank you so much. Thank you so much for that super chat. I ultra megazord appreciate that, and I appreciate your presence. Thank you. Thank you so many. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your night and an unbelievable rest of your week, and we'll see you soon. We'll see you very, very soon for some more of this nonsense. And hopefully Clabot will not kick you out next week. I'm hoping that he will not do that. I can't always control him, so no promises, but, you know, it is what it is. Oh, yeah. I'm really actually looking forward to playing through Sonic 2 next week and kind of hearing or seeing the Hidden Palace level and some of the added stuff in there.
On May 14th, 2024, MichaelK said, "Man, I love it when dudes squeak."
What was even the context of that? Man, I love it when dudes squeak. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, I appreciate that they had like literally 3 entirely different versions of a track for the past, present, and future. I also have a lot of nostalgia for Sonic 2. I remember I got Sonic 2 Christmas Eve one year. So when I was a kid, we used to go over to my grandparents' house for Christmas Eve, and we would open the presents that they had for us on Christmas. Like we'd have dinner over there, and then we'd open the presents that they had for us on Christmas Eve. And I remember that night I got Sonic 2, and I also got I don't know if any of you remember Crash Test Dummy action figures. So for those who don't, they were action figures that if you've ever seen like car commercials where they're like, you know, they have like a test dummy that they have like in a car and they like wreck the car, and then the dummies are like, "Ooh," you know. I don't know how often that is up now, how often that is a thing now, but that used to be a pretty common thing like back in the 90s, and I'm assuming before that. I don't really remember any before that, but eventually in like the early 90s, they made crash test dummy action figures, and they were kind of like cartoony themed, but they also had like vehicles and stuff that went with them, and it was all just like you could get a car, and then basically, or they had like buttons on them you'd push, and then their head would fly off, their limbs would fly off, and it was like a whole thing. Like, how many ways can you dismember this crash dummy? What's up, Paul? How's it going? And so that Christmas, that Christmas Eve, I got Sonic 2, and I also got a crash test dummy action figure that came with a lawnmower. It came with a lawnmower. And so it's like this lawnmower that when you run it into the wall or something, it would I forgot what all it did. I think the hood of it would explode sideways, like the engine would fly up in the air, and it would it would like the seat would launch the crash test dummy up. It was like this whole thing. It was so crazy. I still I have some of those figures still. I'm not entirely sure where some of them are, but I have most or pieces of them with me. I need to try and assemble some of that. Maybe I can show you guys next week. Ooh. Quartz Quadrant's Good Future. Oh, this is really good. Ooh. I freaking love this. FMV game to play. I just remember Dragon's Lair. Yeah, I've never gotten too far in Dragon's Lair. Like, I'm really, really bad at Dragon's Lair. That would be one of those I'd be really, really curious to kind of like. It's one of these you have to learn. But it does, in the manual of Dragon's Lair, it does tell you what you need to do on all of the screens. It's just that some of it's randomized, so you don't know exactly which screen is going to be the next one. So you have to memorize what you need to do on every screen, because it is insanely unclear what you're supposed to do in that video game. It is so insanely unclear. This is a really good track. Quartz Quadrant Good Future. But yeah, I would be down to play that one. Corpse Killer is another one I really want to play. That's a light gun game, so that would actually be really cool. I want to play a light gun game on stream. I think that would be really fun. Night Trap. Something else. Maybe Sewer Shark. It's been a long time since I played Sewer Shark. Sewer Shark's kind of like you're piloting, like, you have like a crosshair and you can like shoot enemies and whatever, but it's just like flying. Don't light gun games not work on HD TVs? Correct. So I have a CRT here that I play retro games on. So yeah. But yeah, light gun games do not work on CRTs, and I actually I watched a documentary. I've been watching all these gaming documentaries on this Pandemonium channel, which I'm gonna slap that channel in the chats here again if you guys are interested. But apparently the way that the Saturn light gun works is actually very interesting. So I know most people are pretty familiar with the way the NES light gun works, where when like you're playing Duck Hunt and you pull the trigger, the whole screen goes black except for the white square of the enemy or whatever, the duck, and then that's how the gun knows that you're actually shooting at the duck. But the Saturn light gun apparently, and I don't know how many other light guns work this way, but it's like a little bit more precise. So when a CRT draws an image on the screen, it's actually like shooting a laser or whatever, a laser, I guess it's a laser, across the screen to make the scan lines to draw the image. So it's like, I think it's going left to right, so it's going like left to right, top to bottom, drawing the image. So that's why if you like look at a CRT in super slow motion, you can kind of see like, you know, the weirdness going on, because it's like that's how it's drawing the image on the screen. But so the Saturn, specifically like Virtua Cop, when you're playing Virtua Cop, the screen flashes white whenever you shoot the gun. But to our eyes, we just see the screen flash white. But when the gun is pointed at the screen and you pull the trigger, it flashes white, and it's able to see where exactly the gun is pointed based on how far it has drawn the image, or how far it has drawn the white portion of the image. So it knows, like, when it sees the white only drawn up in the top left part of the screen, that's where the gun is pointing. So it's like that's like super cool. I actually never knew exactly what was going on with that until fairly recently, but yeah, let me slap this in the chats here. If you like video game development stuff,
Shout out to Pandemonium Reviews. Go check them out.
this channel is so good. I cannot comprehend how this guy only has like 13.7 thousand subscribers. Insanity. Literal insanity. YouTube is freaking busted. This channel is incredible. And I'm in the process of watching the Sega Rally documentary that's 4 hours long. He did another documentary on Virtua Cop that I think it was like 3 hours long or something like that. I think I'm subbed to that guy. You might be. I mentioned him a couple weeks ago. So yeah. But like I don't know, like I've learned a ton just watching this, and he's really enjoyable to listen to. So yeah, if any of you out there are interested in like video game development, behind the scenes kind of stuff, it's a very, very cool channel, specifically geared toward the Saturn and like some Sega stuff. But yeah, let me see. This is the one that, yeah. Oh no, this is what I was thinking of. This like has a Knights kind of sound to it, which is super cool. This is really cool. Boss. I love how it has 2 exclamation points. What was the game over? Ha! I love that. That's actually hilarious that they did that for the game over music. The US version is just like makes you question existence. It's just like the creepiest music in the game, and then like all the laughter and stuff and whatever. But that's actually like really, really cool that they did it that way. Nights into Dreams indeed. Yeah, I love Nights. That's one of my favorite Saturn games. Fun fact. Do tell. Oh, I just realized, I don't know, I've been sitting here thinking, what the heck is flashing in this room, like randomly? It's the whatever's on the TV over here. This is actually Sonic CD playing on the TVs in the background. On the Sega CD. The original, the OG version. Alright, let me see what else we got going on here. So, okay, hang on. And then, is this US? Okay, yeah. Okay, I gotcha. Yep. Nights into Dreams was composed by the same guy who made the soundtrack for this game. Oh, I did not know that. That's very cool. That is very, very cool. That makes a whole lot of sense. Yeah, Why are these all... I just friggin' love Sonic Boom, bro. I just friggin' love it. It's just kind of like, I don't know, it's like this, to me, it's like this perfect blend of like, yeah, I was wondering, Omar, like why they put all the past ones at the beginning and they separated the Japanese ones properly by zone, or zone, yeah, zone, I don't know, whatever. I think that's another thing with the US soundtrack. I'm not too wild. I like a lot of the present songs, but I'm not too wild about like the past or the future versions of those songs. Play the boss theme. Yep. We'll do that with Knuckles. Come on now. Where are we? Boss. Yeah, I'll definitely go check out that unsung masterpiece. The Gates of Hell, exactly. Yeah, this song's brutal. And then, like the high-pitched laughter in the background, like what the heck? Who's that? When I did the cover that I did of Endless, that Majin Sonic song that I did, whenever that was, like a year and a half ago, I really wanted to work in some of this and the Japanese version in there, but I couldn't really. I like doing that kind of stuff, but at the same time, like sometimes it just doesn't work. And in that case, it just didn't quite work. Unfortunately. Yeah, the game over is like straight up brutality. It's like all these different pitches of laughter and stuff. Yeah, that's brutal. This, though... I don't really like the rest of the song, but I love that intro. It's just such a cool little bass line. I do like this track. But yeah, okay. Confirmed. I like the Japanese soundtrack better. I love the way the drums sound in this mix. It just sounds like really, really clear, like really spacious, I guess. Yeah, no, that ain't it. Not gonna lie. The snare was reused in Titanic. Oh, I did not know that. That's cool. I really like that song. I think this track does fit the vibe of the level. It's so weird. I can't even imagine being tasked to write a completely different soundtrack for a game that already has a soundtrack. I would not be able to listen to the other one at all because it would just pollute my mind, you know? It's weird. Like I like this one. I like several of these tracks, but like I don't love them, you know. Obviously, probably some nostalgia talking there too, but yeah. Do I like the special stage better on the US version? I don't know. That's possible. I'm a sucker for a good bass line. I'm a total sucker. Is this any different from the main boss theme? Yeah. They have extra laughs. I feel like I heard something. Yeah, the laugh is different. I feel like some of the stuff at the beginning was a little more isolated. There's also like a synth pad doesn't exist in the regular one. That's really weird. Yeah, that's really strange. Like, oh yeah, and like the symphonic kind of. That's actually pretty cool. That's very interesting that they just kind of took the same song and just kind of like shifted, kind of like beefed it up a little bit in different ways. That's pretty interesting. We gotta get some Sonic Boom ending version in here because I freaking love this song. OG Happy Dude, how's it going? What is going on? It's just like, I don't know. It's like this perfect blend of like early 90s cheesiness and like rock. It just, I don't know. I love it. Japanese OST has some sick bass lines, but they're all a little too hidden. Yeah. I feel like I heard a couple. Yeah, I'm a total sucker for the bass lines. I will say, even though I do prefer this song over the outro song, the Japanese outro song, I do think the Japanese outro song seems to fit that animation better than this song does. I just like, this is just This is legendary. The way the acoustic guitar just kind of just blends in with this, and then everything is kind of stripped away, and it's just that. Like that is a legendary to me. I don't know whose freaking idea that was. I just love how clear a lot of these recordings are. Like how nowadays everything is like very, very compressed and limited and like glued together and all that kind of stuff. And I do like the sound of that, but at the same time, oh, they cut it off before it does the fade out. Oh, spoilers! What the heck was I even? I'm so distracted. Frick! Whatever. Doesn't matter. Oh, I was going on a tangent here about the... While I do, like the loudness that comes with like compression and limiting and the glue and all that kind of stuff, I do like that, and I do that. There's just always like there's something special about listening to a song like that that's just like very clean. It's just like very open and everything breathes, Classic Sonic. Hello, how is it going? OG Happy Dude still recovering. Well, I hope you are able to fully recover. Yes. That was when was that? That was this past weekend, right? Still got the Sonic Remix album, so yeah, more. Yeah. Let me actually make a little note about that here. Sonic CD Remix album. Noted. I got that. I'm gonna look that up. Let's see. I'm just gonna very quickly before we wrap up here. I did want to check out another bit of Game Gear action here. Let's see. Elijah, how's it going? Dr. Gigglyman. Let's see. I'm just gonna do the first Sonic Drift here. See how this one is. Oh, keep forgetting. Okay, triangle is start. Uh-huh. I love how Tails' car is like a giant tail that kind of looks a little weird. Can't tell, it looks like a giant tail or a turkey. It's interesting. It probably looks a lot better on like a Game Gear screen. For better or worse, honestly. Okay, let's see. What button is a hedgehog supposed to hold to go forward? That's the one. Whoa! Okay. Yeah, get out of here. Battery at 12%. Yikes! Better get some juice. Frick! I love the way the little sprite heads that they have like on the map. I love the way those look for some reason. Especially Robotnik's. Like that just looks so funny to me. I love that. I like how Sonic, his bigger head up there in the top left, he's got that like 90s tude going on, you know. It's my biggest gripe with like some of the classic Sonic stuff now is that they've kind of cutesified classic Sonic a lot, and I don't know. I just think he still needs some 90s tude. You know what I'm saying? Winner Eggman, get out of here. Get right on out of my face, Buttnick. Huh? Frick. Get it together. Wow, unbelievable. Son, he's got an attitude. Exactly. Mother of pearl. I feel like I can hardly control this video game. I'm so far in the rear. You know what I'm saying? What in the heck? We are currently playing Sonic Drift on the Game Gear. And I'm horrific at this video game. Not sure what the strategy is. Guess I should probably pay more attention to the mini-map. Ah! Do. You could try not crashing. See, I'm having a real problem with that. Everyone has finished this lap except for me. Oh, we got some, you can do anything as the invincibility there. That's cool. Yikes. Spring Yard. I love this. Oh, this looks really cool. The other two were like, they were all right. This one, I don't know. I really like that background. Doo-doo. I can't catch up. Was that good? Did I get something good? Did I do something good? And then I crash into nothingness. Freaking unbelievable. Yeah, I Miller Time. I've actually never played this on Game Gear, so I'm not sure if they did or not. That seems like they would not do that, but this could be the Japanese version. I don't really know. Or maybe they did that. They did that. They used the Japanese one here and called him Eggman to try it because they've tried to consolidate that. Wow, I'm straight up garbage at this video game. At least it still lets me play. Is there one more? One more? Yeah, Labyrinth. Wonder what year this came out, when exactly this came out. Like, what games had been out by the time this came out. Come on, get out of here. Come on, get out of here. I'm so skilled, I'm so skilled. I'm so skilled. Do not fight me. Every single time I glance up to see when the turn is coming, the turn happens and I miss it and I spin out like a fool. Unbelievable. Do 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 do. Good grief. A guy is tragic at this video game. I really do though. Like I really want to get a steering wheel for my Saturn, and I'm getting lapped. I'm getting lapped by Eggman, of all people, and Tails. Anyway, I really want to get a steering wheel for my Saturn and play some driving games. I don't know. I just like I think it'd be like I just want to use like some of these crazy accessories and stuff. I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. Oh, it's like what is happening? Oh, we got another round. I totally was expecting there to only be 4. All right, this is my moment. This is my moment. I feel it within my person. Come on now. Yep, we got this. We got this. We got this. We are winners. If you're not first, you're last. If you're not first, you're last. Feel a little more confident in the situation. I'm not too far behind. I'm not going to get lapped. I'm not going to get lapped. The goal would be to at least not get lapped, you know? That would be the goal. No promises, though. Why am I going so fast? What just happened? What is happening? Did I get the boost that first time? I'm so fast. I'm such a fast hedgehog. Now I'm in last place again. Frick. Good gravy pants. Whoop. Not sure what the purpose of the spring is. I guess maybe you can like jump over and pass people or something. Seems a little weird. Man, Eggman be winning every single one of these races. What the heck? Oh, man, we're playing, like, all of the levels in the game. That's actually pretty cool. So these are all the Sonic 1 levels here. That song sounds kind of familiar. I wonder... Surely these aren't the tracks from... Or maybe they're remixes of the tracks from Sonic 1 on the Game Gear? That's possible. No, they're not, because I would have recognized. I don't think I've actually never beaten Sonic 1 on the Game Gear. That is a thing. At some point, I want to play through it on Master System, so we'll do that, but I want to wait till I get a physical copy of it, because I'm literally psychotic. This is a cool track, though. And by track, I mean song, not really the track. I'm so fast, I'm so fast, I'm so fast. Come on now. That's probably from when it came out, but it's weird to not have Knuckles in this game. I don't know when this came out exactly. That's a great question. And I don't know if Knuckles is in Sonic Drift 2. Your ranking is 4th. Try again. Metal Sonic is apparently in Sonic Drift 2, though. So that's cool. So, anyway, okay. That's interesting. That's interesting. I wonder if it says on the title screen. Or here. Wait, that's not what I wanted. I'm so, like... The buttons are so weird on here. Oh yeah, Knuckles is in Sonic Drift 2. So that's cool. Yeah, they got quite the lineup there of characters. I wonder if you actually, if it's seven racers in a track, or if it's just like, you know, just 4 or something. I don't know. But that I have not played Sonic Drift 2, but you know, maybe next week if we beat Sonic 2 early enough, we can play some Sonic Drift 2. That'd be cool if it was based on like Sonic 2 levels. I'm assuming that's a thing. So, yeah. Woo! Okay. So, eventful things happened tonight. I became a believer in the Sonic CD Japanese soundtrack. I really, really appreciated a lot of those tracks, and especially after kind of making the connection between Sonic 3D Blast and Sonic Mania, like all that kind of, like, a lot of those tracks have a very similar vibe to that Japanese Sonic CD soundtrack. So I greatly appreciate that. There are some things obviously that I miss about the US one, but overall, I like the Japanese one. It's P good. It's P good. All right, so what was I gonna say? Oh, so this coming Friday, I believe everybody out there in cyberspace land, if you are not subscribed, I'm gonna hurl another shout out here. If you are not subscribed to the Pickin' Preacher, definitely go hurl your fingers into the subscribe button, because I believe this Friday is when there will be a new video coming out that it will have somebody in it that you may recognize, if you catch my drift.
Shout out to the Pickin' Preacher. Go check them out.
But yeah, definitely go. If you like video game hunting, so like not necessarily like video game like collecting and stuff, but yeah, video game collecting, but like, you know, people who go out and they just like search for video games and that kind of thing. So Pickin' Preacher, really cool YouTube channel, and yeah, there might be a video later this week of some significance, if you know what I'm saying. But anyway, that's all I had for tonight. Like I said, next Tuesday, a week from today at 6:30 p.m. Central Time, we're going to play some Sonic 2. So I'm definitely looking forward to playing this one. Honestly, this is probably the game that I've been most looking forward to play because of some of the additional enhancements that they've added to Sonic 2, the additional zone, the Hidden Palace zone. We'll talk more about that next week and all that stuff. But anyway, everybody, thank you so much for joining me on this journey through Sonic CD with the Japanese soundtrack. Thankful for each and every one of you and for this time together that we've had here on this lovely day. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your night, a fantastic evening, and I will see you all very soon for some more MichaelK TV. Deuces.